Well, howdy there, friends. Today, we're embarking on a remarkable journey to catch a glimpse of how the cast members from WEBSTER have changed over the years. We'll be revealing their true identities and ages, and you're in for a real treat as we compare their youthful days on the show to the present year of 2023. So, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all ready for this ride? Let's get this journey rolling. 1. Emanuel Lewis as Webster Long. Webster is portrayed as an adorable and precocious child who brings joy and humor to the Papadopoulos household. The show explores the challenges and comedic moments that arise as the Papadopoulos family adjusts to their new family dynamics. Lewis entered the world in Brooklyn, New York City, and completed his studies at Midwood High School in 1989. He obtained a bachelor's degree from Clark Atlanta University in 1997. His academic routine involved attending only the fall semester each year, dedicating the winter, spring, and summer to advancing his career. Lewis is an adept practitioner of Taekwondo. Additionally, he holds membership in the Prince Hall Freemasons and is affiliated with W.C. Thomas Lodge, 112, FNAM, PHA, operating under the jurisdiction of the Most Worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Georgia. His height has experienced a mere 6-inch, 15-centimeter change since his early appearances in WEBSTER, rendering him relatively short, with no known condition accounting for his stature. Lewis boasts 3 People's Choice Awards and has clinched the Clio Award twice. In 1984, a nomination for Best Young Actor in a Comedy Series for WEBSTER placed him against Rick Schroeder of Silver Spoons, with Schroeder emerging victorious. The following year, another nomination for the same award saw Billy Jane of It's Not Easy taking the honor. In 1986, a nomination for Best Young Actor starring in a television series was surpassed by Mark Price, recognized for his role in Family Ties. In 1987, a nomination for exceptional performance by a young actor starring in a television comedy or drama series went to Kirk Cameron of Growing Pains. Lewis held the honorary role as the child attendee for the Burger King Whopper. His presence extended to a TV Child Stars episode of The Weakest Link in 2001, where he exited the competition in the 3rd round. Notable cameo appearances include the 2007 film Kickin' It Old School and a 2013 episode of Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis. Renowned as a singer in Japan, Lewis released 2 singles, with his debut, City Connection, securing the number 2 spot on the Oricon chart. On November 9, 2014, Lewis participated in Ken Reed's TV Guidance Counselor podcast, recorded live at the Davis Square Theater in Somerville, Massachusetts, as part of the 2014 Boston Comedy Festival. He made a cameo appearance at the 30-second mark in Lil Jon and the East Side Boys' I Don't Give a F video. 2. Alex Caris as George Papadopoulos. George Papadopoulos is depicted as a warm-hearted and loving father who, despite his imposing physical stature, has a gentle and caring demeanor. The character contributes to the show's humor through his interactions with WEBSTER and the various comedic scenarios that unfold in their household. Prior to embarking on his NFL journey, Caris inked a deal as a professional wrestler on December 13, 1957, securing a $25,000 contract for the 6-month offseason. Selected as the 10th pick in the 1958 NFL draft by the Detroit Lions, Caris opted for the Lions, rejecting an offer from the Canadian Football League's Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He swiftly rose to prominence as one of the formidable defensive tackles in the NFL, enjoying a 12-season career, 1958, 1962, 1964, 1970, all with the Lions. Caris's witty demeanor caught the attention of writer George Plimpton, who encountered numerous anecdotes about Caris while training with the Lions for his book Paper Lion in the summer of 1963. Although Caris was under suspension and absent during Plimpton's training camp stint with the Lions, he remained a frequent topic of tall tales among his former teammates. When the film adaptation of the book was produced in 1968, Caris made his film debut, portraying himself. In his later life, Caris faced significant health challenges, including dementia, heart disease, and cancer. Caris was one of the 3,500 former NFL players who initiated lawsuits against the NFL in early 2012, citing the prolonged damage caused by concussions and repeated head hits. On October 8, 2012, a revelation by friend Tom McInerney disclosed that Caris had been diagnosed with kidney failure. He received treatment at the St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica, California, before entering hospice care. Returning to his Los Angeles residence surrounded by family, Caris passed away in the early hours of October 10th. 3. Susan Clark as Katherine Calder Young Papadap. Katherine Calder Young Papadap, an affluent socialite lacking domestic skills who now serves as Webster's adoptive mother. In the early 1960s, Clark, residing in London, started making appearances on British television, including guest spots on The Planemakers, The Sentimental Agent, and The Benny Hill Show. She made her first appearance on the London stage in Poor Beatos. Although the play and Clark received positive reviews, news about her ailing father in Canada prompted her return. She went back to Canada in 1965, making appearances in several episodes of the anthology series Festival. Clark played the lead role in the 1975 television movie Babe, portraying the versatile athlete Babe Didrikson Zacharias. Her outstanding performance earned her an Emmy in 1976. In 1976, she starred in a 3-hour made-for-television movie depicting the life of aviator Amelia Earhart, covering her marriage to the prominent publisher G.P. Putnam. Her portrayal garnered an Emmy nomination for Best Actress. She appeared in a topless photo shoot for Playboy in the February 1973 issue titled The Ziegfeld Girls, a dazzling review starring the Talking Pictures' own Susan Clark. She tied the knot with former American football player turned actor Alex Caris in 1980. They first met while co-starring in Babe, with Caris playing her on-screen husband, professional wrestler George Zacharias. Subsequently, they shared the screen in the popular primetime sitcom WEBSTER, portraying a married couple. Their daughter Katie was born in 1980. Clark and Caris remained wedded for 32 years until his passing on October 10, 2012. 4. Henry Poch Eseku as Jerry Silver. Henry Poch portrayed Jerry Silver in the Webster TV series. He obtained his Master of Fine Arts degree from Florida State University and later served in the military police at Fort Riley in Kansas. During his time at Florida State University, he took on roles in numerous stage productions, including Our Town, and was an active member of the Tau Kappa Epsilon fraternity. In 1975, Poch was a regular cast member on Mel Brooks's short-lived television comedy, When Things Were Rotten. He also had a recurring role as Dracula in Monster Squad, 1976. Throughout the 1980s, Poch frequently appeared as a celebrity guest on various game shows. He made multiple guest appearances on different versions of Pyramid, including the $25,000 Pyramid and editions of the $100,000 Pyramid, hosted by Dick Clark and John Davidson for producer Bob Stewart. Poch engaged in various projects for Stewart, hosting the game show Double Talk in 1986, and a pilot for a revival of Stewart's I Guess titled IQ in 1988. He also shared announcing duties with Johnny Gilbert and Dean Goss on the latter edition of the $100,000 Pyramid. His talents included foreign and regional accents, ballroom dancing, and baritone singing. From the early 1990s until his passing, Poch became widely recognized as the original British-accented voice of the Scarecrow in Batman, the animated series. Initially possessing a deep, gruff voice, he later adjusted it to a higher pitch for the role. Poch also contributed to Florida State University, guest starring in the School of Theater's production of A Christmas Carol, portraying Ebenezer Scrooge in 1996. Poch a U.S. Army Vietnam-era veteran, passed away on August 11, 2013, due to cancer. He is interred at the National Memorial Cemetery of Arizona in Phoenix. 5. Katherine Damon as Cassie Parker. Katherine Damon portrayed Cassie Parker in the series. Damon commenced her career as a ballerina, participating in the Jacob's Pillow Dance Festival in Lee, Massachusetts, and performing with the Metropolitan Opera's dance company. Off-Broadway productions featuring Damon included The Boys from Syracuse and The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. She took part in numerous Broadway productions, such as Shinbone Alley, Foxy, Flora, The Red Menace, The Boys from Syracuse, The Last of the Red Hot Lovers, Sweet Bird of Youth, and The Cherry Orchard. In the 1967-68 season, Damon performed in Dames at Sea at the Wayside Theater and served as an understudy for both Mame Dennis and Vera Charles in Angela Lansbury's national tour of Mame. Damon became well known to television audiences as the middle-class Mary Campbell on the primetime parody of daytime soap operas, appropriately titled Soap from 1977-81. Interestingly, she was the third and final actress cast in the role. Producer Tony Thomas remarked, "Katherine Damon was brilliant. A lot of people don't know this, but we recast that to put her in it." She later co-starred with soap colleague Eugene Rash on WEBSTER from 1984-86. The duo portrayed Cassie and Bill Parker, WEBSTER's landlords, in the popular series. Additional television credits encompassed guest appearances on The Love Boat, Fantasy Island, Murder, She Wrote, Matlock, and Mike Hammer. In August 1953, Damon wed Richard Price Towers, an actor and singer in New York City. In 1986, Damon received a diagnosis of ovarian cancer, but continued to act in minor roles until shortly before her passing a year later, at the age of 56 on May 4, 1987. She passed away in Los Angeles at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. Her concluding role as Elizabeth McGovern's mother in the movie She's Having a Baby with Kevin Bacon was released posthumously. 6. Eugene Rash as Bill Parker. Eugene Rash embodies the character of Bill Parker in the WEBSTER TV series. Following a career in the theater across various platforms since 1953, Rash marked his Broadway initiation in 1961 as a minor participant in the production of Blood, Sweat, and Stanley Poole alongside Darren McGavin. Subsequently, he graced the stage in Mother Courage with Anne Bancroft in 1963 and in The White House with Helen Hayes in 1964. Rash assumes the role of Pinky Peterson, one of Archie Bunker's companions, in numerous episodes of All in the Family, predominantly in comedic contexts. Following a remarkable portrayal as a prisoner of war, meeting a startling and abrupt fate in the film Slaughterhouse-Five, 1972, he undertook supporting roles in feature films like The Late Show, 1977, Foul Play, 1978, and Corvette Summer, 1978. He made 2 appearances on Airwolf, once as Senator William Dietz in the inaugural episode Shadow of the Hawk, and again as Eddie in the episode Firestorm in Season 2. Rash featured in 5 episodes of Magnum, P.I., as Luther Gillis, an old-fashioned private investigator. He is fondly remembered for his recurring character as the Ajax dishwasher in a series of television commercials and print advertisements. Additionally, he made a guest appearance in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the TV show, as Grandpa Murdoch in the initial episode, during which he unintentionally engulfed everyone. Rash passed away on July 28, 2004, at the age of 75, in a hospital in Encino, California, due to a heart attack. 7. Jack Kushan as Papa Papadopoulos. Jack Kushan assumes the role of Papa Papadopoulos. Kushan commenced employment at a radio station in Los Angeles at the age of 16. During World War II, he served in the Army, assigned to the Armed Forces Radio Service, AFRS. After the war, he resumed work on network programs, such as Broadway is My Beat, portraying Mugovin, a detective, and Pete Kelly's Blues as club owner George Lupo, 269, in addition to frequent episodic roles on anthology series, westerns, and crime dramas. Kushan was involved in television as early as 1939, participating in dramas on Don Lee's experimental television station in Los Angeles, where he was visible on approximately 200 television sets with 3-inch screens. Subsequently, Kushan's television journey included the role of guest villain Ivol Ekdahl, a villainous magician's craftsman on Batman, episodes 9 and 10. He appeared in 12 episodes of NBC's Dragnet, portraying a pedophile in one notorious episode, and the ABC Desilu series Zorro. He also featured in a color episode of Adventures of Superman. He held a recurring role over 3 seasons on Bonanza, Italian grape grower Giorgio Rossi. Additionally, he played Clyde Bailey in The Retired Gun, episode 17, and Sammy in One Went to Denver, episode 25. He participated in the recurring character of Grandpa Papadopoulos on the Webster series, 1985-87, and in the early 1990s as another Greek grandfather and as Pam and Jesse's grandfather, Yorgos Papouli Katsopoulos on Full House, appearing in just 2 episodes before his character is written off in the episode The Last Dance. His last on-screen appearance was in the 1997 film Till There Was You as Mr. Katz. Kushan passed away on April 2, 2002 in Chandler, Arizona, while on vacation. He had been in poor health for some time. He was 80. Even though he passed away on April 2nd, his demise was not widely communicated to the media until mid-late May. 8. Katherine Damon as Nikki Papadopoulos. Katherine Damon portrayed Nikki Papadopoulos in the series. Damon initiated his training with the Center Stage LA Theater Company and secured representation after participating in one of its talent showcases. He secured roles in numerous advertisements, including Suzuki, and eventually secured a guest appearance on the television program Sidekicks, featuring Ernie Reyes Jr., with whom Nemec maintains a lasting friendship. From 2002 to 2004, he took on the role of Jonas Quinn on Stargate SG-1, temporarily stepping into the lineup of the SG-1 team in place of Michael Shanks. In January 2013, while engaged in the production of the film Poseidon Rex, Nemec was involved in a boating mishap. While being transported to the set on a Belize Coast Guard vessel, the boat collided with a semi-submerged barge. The entire right side of his body suffered severe damage, necessitating multiple blood transfusions to save his life, and he underwent 5 surgical procedures. Katherine was romantically involved with Jamie Beth Shawn during their teenage years, and in 1993, they welcomed their first child, Sadie Joy. Katherine and Jamie tied the knot in 2002 and welcomed their second child, Lucas Manu, in 2005. The couple parted ways in 2009 and shared joint custody of their children. Nemec maintains a close friendship with actor David Faustino from the television sitcom Married and with Children, and together they operate a production company that collaborated on the inaugural album from the Austin-based band Hollow, featuring John Dishong. Nemec and Faustino co-star in Starving, a web series that parodies HBO's Entourage. On September 22, 2022, the Tampa Bay Times reported that Katherine was relocating to Tampa Bay to commence work on a series of independent films with Scatter Brothers Productions, where he met his girlfriend, Sabrina Nova. Nemec and Nova exchanged vows in July 2023, and Hulk Hogan attended the wedding. 9. Ben Vereen as Uncle Philip Long. Ben Vereen takes on the role of Uncle Philip Long in Webster. At the age of 18, Vereen made his debut on the New York stage off Broadway in The Prodigal Son at the Greenwich Mews Theater under the direction of Stella Holt. By the subsequent year, he found himself in Las Vegas, performing in Bob Fosse's production of Sweet Charity, a production he toured with in 1967-68. He returned to New York City to assume the character of Claude in Hair in the Broadway production, later joining the National Touring Company. Vereen has also headlined in numerous television programs and is recognized for his portrayal of Chicken George Moore in Alex Haley's groundbreaking TV miniseries Roots, earning an Emmy nomination in 1977. Vereen's summer variety series, Ben Vereen, Comin' At Ya, had a 4-week run on NBC in August 1975 and featured regulars Lola Falana, Avery Schreiber, and Liz Torres. In 1976, Vereen made a guest appearance on the inaugural season of The Muppet Show, delivering performances of 2 songs. He has engaged in public speaking and humanitarian efforts, addressing topics such as Black history, overcoming challenges, and the significance of ongoing education. In 2007, he received a diagnosis of type 2 diabetes and maintains a website where he shares his personal journey alongside guidance from medical experts. 10. Gabe Witcher as Tommy. Gabe Witcher takes on the role of Tommy in the series. Gabe Witcher initiated his performance career in 1984 at the youthful age of 6 at the Strawberry Music Festival in Yosemite. He was graciously invited on stage by Bill Monroe to partake in a duet in front of an audience at a workshop. Later that day, Witcher, accompanied by his father, received an invitation to showcase 3 songs on the main stage amidst other acts. This marked the establishment of the Witcher Brothers, a musical ensemble that entertained audiences throughout the southwestern United States for a span of 25 years. In 2005, Witcher collaborated with Kenny Loggins and Jim Messina on the Loggins and Messina Sittin' In Again tour, contributing his skills on fiddle, mandolin, dobro, percussion, and vocals. In 2010, he joined the Dave Rawlings Machine for a fortnight of tour dates, featuring Rawlings, Gillian Welch, 2 members of Old Crow Medicine Show, and Witcher. He also lent his talents to Eve 6 during the Horoscope Tour, 2000-2001, playing bass and providing backing vocals to enhance Max Collins' stage presence. Additionally, he played on the track Anytime from the 2001 film Out Cold. Witcher boasts 1 Grammy victory and 10 Grammy nominations, 6 nominations with Punch Brothers, and 4 Grammy nominations as a producer. These include the 2017 Best Bluegrass Album for Noam Pikelny's Universal Favorite, 2017 Best Contemporary Instrumental Album for Julian Lage and Chris Eldridge's Mount Royal, 2015 Bluegrass Album of the Year for Noam Pikelny Plays Kenny Baker, Plays Bill Monroe, and 2013 Bluegrass Album of the Year for Noam Pikelny's Beat the Devil and Carry a Rail. On September 15, 2013, Witcher exchanged vows with actress Mary Faber, and they are now parents to 2 sons. And that brings us to the conclusion of our nostalgic journey through the Webster cast from 1983 to 1989. It's truly remarkable to see how the passage of time has woven unique stories for each member of this talented ensemble. While we close this chapter, let's express our gratitude to the Webster cast for the laughter, warmth, and life lessons they shared with us during those memorable years. Their on-screen chemistry and off-screen friendships have left an enduring legacy in the hearts of fans around the world.